Hello fellow makeup lovers, how are you guys doing today? So I'm super excited for this video because we're going to be doing indie makeup releases and just discussing some of the new releases from the past week and what I personally think about them and whether I'm going to be purchasing them. I have a little bit of housekeeping, as Hannah Louise Poston would say, to get out of the way before we jump into the new releases. Although there's actually not that much this week. I feel like it's just because it was like Black Friday, Cyber Monday, all the sales. There's not as many like super new things releasing, but I do have a few, like maybe like 10 things to talk about still, so we'll chat about them. But I did want to mention really quickly, oh gosh, it's so weird to even say it out loud, but my collaboration with Amy Heart's Beauty, my Alma palette, did sell out within 24 hours, which is so crazy. We are both so overwhelmed with emotions and gratitude, and this is available now for pre-order. So if you want to still purchase it and you missed the initial launch, it's available for pre-order and it will ship in the very beginning of January, I believe. All the details are on the page and I'll have a link down below, but I just wanted to update you guys in case you are curious about the Alma palette and wanting to get it. Thank you so much to everyone who bought it. I'm seriously so beyond grateful and just so excited to see what everyone thinks and the looks, and I'm just extremely happy that something I put so much hard work into was taken so well, if that makes sense, because you know, it's kind of like it's a danger, like not danger, but it's risky. It's like you just don't know if people are gonna love what you put out. So thank you so much. I had to get that away. I told you, I said I'm gonna be saying thank you in like every single video from now on because I truly am so appreciative. Also, I did want to mention that if you're curious about what's happening on my face, I am wearing the Melt Cosmetics Vita palette, which I'm trying to start filming a week of now, which got postponed because obviously I want to do a week of Alma first, then a week of birthday, a week of Alma, now I'm doing a week of Vita. You can only have a week if you have a Spanish palette. That's what I have on my eyes today, and that video will probably be up next week. I feel like I had one more thing to tell you, but now I can't remember. Of course. I feel like it was important. I need to start keeping notes. Oh, I remember. The thing I was gonna say is that my low buy is over. It's been a year. It was kind of a weird year because my originally had rules for December and I didn't like them, so I switched them in January. I made them more strict, but I stuck through with them except for breaking my rules 2 times. But I'm gonna film a whole video on that probably tomorrow, and it'll be up sometime this next week about my low buy experience because I know I've been pretty quiet, and I'll explain all of that later. But I thought I would mention it because we're doing indie makeup releases, and I feel like for so long I've been like, well, maybe, but my low buy doesn't allow it. So now it's like freedom, but I'm still being good. Like I barely bought anything makeup wise for Black Friday because I was super committed to getting some new equipment. So I bought a new camera and I don't know who I am. I've never been so excited about a camera in my life. So that's all I was going to say. I was going to say it's over. So if I'm like, oh, I'm just going to grab this random thing here without any thought, then I can, but I'm not going to. Probably not. Maybe not. Probably not. So I think that's everything except, oh wait, I forgot my spiel, my weekly spiel. Spiel. Is that supposed to have like a sound to it? I'm filming way too late. I'm a mess. Okay, so this video series is inspired by Aniela Kanikis and Samantha Marge. I'll have both their channels linked down below, as well as the Community Will I Buy It playlist and all the Instagram accounts that I use to make this video happen every single week. Let's go ahead and jump on into the new releases. Alright, y'all. So we're going to go ahead and start off with Ace Beaute because they have released 2 new palettes. And this first one here is the Scarlet Dusk palette, and it is launching December 2nd. I saw this and I was kind of just like, nah. Like I don't hate it. Like it's fine. It's warm tones. There's some pinks, some oranges, but it does remind me a lot of the palette that they did, maybe Paradise Blossom it was called, which was like really pink tones. This has a little bit more of like true oranginess to it, but either way, it just doesn't really pull me in. I feel like they've done so many amazing creative color schemes in the past that when I saw this, I was kind of just like, nah, like I don't have any like desire to purchase it. And then they came out with this other one, which is called the Vintage Dusk palette, I believe, or Vintage Dawn. I think it's Vintage Dawn. And this is really beautiful. It kind of has a mixture of some really warm tones like yellow, orange, then there's some red, there's some browns, and then there's blues and greens. And I feel like this is such a color story that I'm super drawn to. and I'm kind of interested in this one. I'm not sure if I'm going to pull the trigger or not. I do really like it, but I've had problems with their formulation in the past just not really working for me. So part of me is like, well, it's been a few palettes. Maybe I could try them again. So I'm not sure. I'm undecided. I do really like the color scheme, though. I think it's a very pretty palette. So definitely comment down below if you would like to hear my thoughts on this palette, because that will make my decision making process a little bit easier. It is really pretty. Alright, so next is the reveal of the new Bombshell Cosmetica Yummy Banana Split palette, which is available, that's an A, not an E, available now. It launched on Black Friday, and I did get to see this palette in advance, which I felt super lucky about, and I talked about it very briefly. I think that the outer packaging is so cute. Like, I love that it's a banana split. I love that they do food makeup, and they have been doing food makeup for a while, but they do it in more of like a cartoony, like just cutesy kind of way. So I think it's adorable, and it also goes with the other things that they've done, because they did a burger, and then they did a milkshake, so now it's like a banana split. Love the packaging. Even my mom was like, wait, what's that palette? Because she's an ice cream fiend. But the color scheme I do think is pretty. I like it. My main critique would be that it is just another rainbow palette. There are so many rainbow palettes on the market that I feel like the actual colors don't stand out anywhere as much as the packaging does. And there is no like true banana shade. The Go Banana shade looks to be like a yellowy orange, and I feel like if you're gonna have a banana palette, you have to have a true yellow. But I mean, I do think it's really pretty, and it looks like it has a nice mixture of matte shades and shimmer shades, and the shimmers look super foiled, so I like it. But I don't feel the need to purchase it, because I know that any look that I have with this I could get somewhere else, and I don't like feel the need to purchase it, even though I think it's so cute, and I really like the packaging a lot. But I don't need it. Don't need it. All right, so next is from Looksee Beauty, and I'm pretty sure this is like their like Reindeer sleigh collection, but sleigh like S-L-A-Y. It's super cute, and it's all of the different reindeers' names: Rudy, Blitzen, Rudy as in Rudolph. I don't know why I had to stop. That was like, ooh, Rudolph. Vixen, Comet, Donner, Cupid, Prancer, Dancer, Dasher. Okay, I'm not 100% up to date on my reindeer knowledge. But anyways, I think that the colors are really beautiful. There's a lot of shades here that I really like, especially Blitzen, Vixen, Cupid. I like those the most. But I'm a little bit nervous, because when I did my Black Friday video, I recommended 5 different indie brands to try for Black Friday, and I talked about Looxi and how much I love them, and I specifically mentioned quite a few different things, but I did not talk about their Mayhem collection, which I want to do a full review and eye swatches on, but I haven't gotten around to yet. I really like the colors of that collection. It's their multi-chromes, but I have to use a glitter glue, or else they will like... I've never seen an eyeshadow fall apart on my eyes so bad. Like, the lasting power was nothing. Like, it would like just turn to just gray, and the shimmer would leave, the pigment would leave. It was just the worst lasting time I've ever seen for eyeshadows ever. But if I used a glitter glue, it was okay. So I didn't mention that collection specifically because I'm not a super huge fan of that formula, but someone commented that they changed their formula for their shimmers, and that they were having that exact same problem, but with like their regular shimmers as well, and I haven't bought any of those in a while. So I'm kind of nervous if they really did change their formula to like if all of their shimmers are like that now, because I've had people mention in the past that they would kind of like sink into the lines of your eyes, and like sometimes shimmers do that, like sure, but it was literally the worst lasting power I've ever seen in my life. So I'm a little nervous, and maybe I should just buy one to see if there's really a difference. So I was kind of like thinking about getting this collection, and then I just decided against it because I'm just not sure. So that's where I'm at. I know that they switched from doing everything themselves to having like an actual lab, so I don't know. I would love to know if you have tried Looxi shadows in the past few months. They're just regular Aurora, shimmers, duochromes, whatever they may be. Please let me know if you had a similar experience, because I thought it was just the multi-chrome collection. All right, so next is the new Ronnie Cosmetics Molten Tides palette. It's available now. It's $48, and this color scheme isn't really for me. There's some neutrals. There's like a momminess row, and then there's like a row that has like a pop of blue, and I'm not really drawn to this palette's color scheme at all. But honestly, even if I was, I don't think that I would purchase it, because I don't know if this is being nitpicky, but Ronnie Cosmetics is so inactive on their Instagram, and I really liked their previous palette. It was Jewels something. I can't remember the actual name right now. I swatched it when I was in New York and I saw it at Riley Rose. I was so excited. It swatched nicely, but it's kind of, I don't know, it's like the last time that they reposted a picture from anyone else that wasn't a launch photo was Angelica in 2017. So it's been a minute, and even if you go on their Instagram page, I'll just show you. If you go on their Instagram page, it says I'm not following them, but I'm following them on Indie Makeup Spotlight. I'm not a fake fan. But if you look through, that's their like launch photos for this, and then here is their launch photos for their previous palette, which was called Shattered Gems. Oh, and then before that they have this picture, which is Angelica's like little product photo of their lipsticks in 2017. So I feel like the only time that they're ever active is when they're selling something, and there are like so many pictures of people showing off their palettes and their looks and just doing beautiful things that they could be reposting. And I feel like it's kind of a shame. Like, I feel like if you're going to have a brand, I think that having a strong presence on social media is so important. So for me, that kind of is kind of like, nah, like I feel like getting to like see other people's looks and interact and all that is like part of the fun of trying indie brands and like all that. I don't know, is this making sense? I'm like, nah, like, eh. It just kind of turns me off from the brand. I don't know if I'm making sense at all, so hopefully I don't sound crazy. I mean, I hope that it goes well for them. I hope they have a nice launch. I know they're still in Riley Rose, but I just would love to see more activeness on their social media. All right, so next is from Nabla Cosmetics, and this is their new Glimmer Light palette, and this is so beautiful. They came out with a whole like Mystic collection, and it was all beautiful. I watched Angelica's video on it. I really enjoyed it because it helped me talk myself out of it, because I just feel like it's not a collection for me personally. This is the only item in the collection I'm super like into, and probably it's just because of that extremely light pink reflective sparkly highlighter. I just die for those kind of shades, but I know in my heart that I already have a shade like that multiple times over in my drawers here, so it's okay. I don't need it. That's probably one of the things I've been most excited to see that Nabla has come out with yet. I did buy some of their highlighters on Ulta because I had a gift card, but those haven't arrived yet, so we'll see. I'm finally going to try Nabla, but this palette caught my attention, but I don't think I'm going to end up purchasing it, even though it's what I liked most out of that whole collection. And then last for indie this week is from Hallberg Cosmetics, and this is their new Enchanted Mysteries palette. So they do these Enchanted palettes, and there are normally 4 different shades, and honestly, I wish I could choose like a perfect bundle of like my version of what an Enchanted palette like for me would be, because there's always either 1 or 2 shades from each palette that I'm like, yes, I really like that, but then there's some that I'm like, nah, I wouldn't really use you that often, so I can't justify the price of this palette. And in this palette, the shade Lacuna, that green, is so beautiful. It is amazing. It looks so stunning. I'll try and insert some swatches on screen so you can see it is gorgeous. But I'm not going to buy it because I cannot justify buying a 4 eyeshadow quad that I think it's like maybe like $40 or something for one shade that I really like. So unfortunately, that's a pass for me, but I do think it's really pretty. I like the vibes of it. I can see why someone would like those 4 colors all together and throw that in with like a really nice matte palette. I can see the imagery, I can see the vision, but I just want the green. All right, so next we just have only 3 mainstream releases that I wanted to mention really quickly. So first is from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and these are their new magnetic palettes, and these are actually super cute. They're all in different pastel shades. They have really cute packaging. I really like the animal packaging because it looks like it's holographic at the same time, and they hold Pretty sure that's 28 single eyeshadows in the 26mm size. So I think this is really cute, and I'm also really happy about it because I looked and the price I believe is $10 each, which is not bad at all. It's only like $3 more than the Shop Miss A ones that I love, and they look very, very similar. So I could see maybe picking one or two of these up eventually because I'm literally always buying empty magnetic palettes. I think that's probably my clue that I have a problem, a single shadow addiction, but I really, really love these. I think that they're super cute. I actually don't own and have never used any Anastasia singles, but I don't know. I like it. I like the pastel. I like the animal print. Probably going to grab some eventually. Gotta sneeze. Okay, so next we have two new collections from Colourpop, and one is kind of funny because it literally thought I smelled smoke. That could just be my anxiety. Oh, lovely. Okay, anyways, this first collection literally launched like 10 minutes after I finished filming last week's indie makeup releases. And this is their new Bare Necessities palette, and it is a giant, supersized neutral palette. All in all, I don't hate this. I think that aesthetically it looks pretty, and if you like neutrals, I could see why you would like this. If I had a neutral lover in my life and I wanted to buy them a palette, I could see purchasing this for them. But for me personally, I'm not super into their huge palettes. I feel like it's just like Morphe 2.0. I'm not hating necessarily. It's just not for me. So it's definitely a pass, but I can see like, I don't hate it. Like, I think that the metallics look really intense. There's like a good mixture of like light to medium to dark. There's options. So I can see why it would appeal to someone somewhere. And then I didn't even realize that this was another Colourpop collection. I completely missed this until I was right about to film this. This is from Colourpop. Duh. Oh my gosh. I'm so done with myself. This is the Good as Gold collection, I think, or it's the Good as Gold palette. I actually do really like this because I have been a recent fan of gold. I've switched over to the dark side, and I think that the palette looks really beautiful for someone who's a gold lover, but it does kind of look like, I'm not sure. I think that Awe Team and maybe Golden Touch, I don't know, they kind of look like pressed glitters. I'm not about the pressed glitter life. I feel like that's so repetitive of me to say again and again, but it's just not for me. So it's a pass, even though I think it's pretty. There's also a Strike It Rich lip set, which is cute. And then there is a liquid liner, which is super pretty and golden, which looks nice. In fact, honestly, that shade kind of reminds me of my Natasha Nona Chrome Crystal liquid shadow. Kind of looks similar, but that's a liner and not a liquid shadow. So I don't know. I think it's fine, but I'm not going to purchase it. Alright, so that's everything for today's indie makeup releases. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'm sorry it was a little bit quicker. Like I said, there's not that much to talk about this week, at least not that much that really caught my attention, but who knows, maybe next week it'll be another like 40-minute episode, or feels weird to call it an episode, but you know what I mean, another 40-minute video. You never know with this series or with my procrastination level, because today, what is it? It's currently 1:05 Sunday, so it's going up today. Fingers crossed, hopefully. So I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving, and I'm so excited to get into the Christmas spirit right away. I'm already wearing Christmas clothing. I'm ready. I need to like switch out my Thanksgiving stuff and I need like a little Christmas tree. All right, so that's everything for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.